I've just finished seeing the Discovery documentary on Operation Sindoor, and I'm taken aback by the level of hatred and contempt the Indian army and the Indian media harbors against Pakistan in particular, and the level of warmongering that they have displayed in that documentary. While at the same time, they've shown their impotency against a handful of terrorists who literally mocked India. I mean, in the words of Ajit Doval, the terrorist actually said to their captives and the innocent population who were being targeted कि जाओ मोदी को कह दो जो करना है कर ले.
And they are telling कि जाके मोदी को बोल दो जो कर सकता है कर ले.
They cannot even rein in a handful of terrorists, while at the same time they aim to portray themselves as this great big military power who took on Pakistan. It's laughable, honestly. And the amount of warmongering, I couldn't believe that. You know, Ajit Doval has said at one point that Prime Minister Modi, he actually quoted Prime Minister Modi, if I'm not wrong, and said कि वो जमीन में हो या आसमान में हो, we will not forgive.
वो जमीन में हो, आसमान में हो, पाताल में हो, जहाँ भी हो, we will not forgive.
Come on, guys. I mean, I am laughing at the audacity of that remark. It reminds me of what General Musharraf once said.
हम भूटान है कि आप चढ़ के मारना शुरू कर देंगे
कि आप पाकिस्तान को भूटान या नेपाल समझते कि अब यू विल नॉट फॉरगिव जमीन और आसमान. आप आए जमीन आसमान में तो आपके जमीन आसमान बराबर कर दिए गए ना. ऑपरेशन बुनियानो मरसूस ने आपको बताया कि आपको किस तरह पिटाई हुई और आप रोते हुए प्रेसिडेंट ट्रंप के पास गए. ठीक है, इसलिए उसकी ज़मीन और आसमान की बात और ये वॉर मॉन्गरिंग है उसको ज़रा लेट्स कीप अ लिड ऑन इट गाइस, यू नो. और उसके बाद वो देयर वाज दिस सिक्योरिटी एनालिस्ट नितिन गोखले, ही इज सेइंग दैट प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी हैज सेड कि अगर उधर से गोली आएगी तो इधर से गोला जाएगा.
The Prime Minister said, वहाँ से गोली, यहाँ से गोला.
That is hilarious. Well, again, I will quote President Musharraf, who once said that I said to the Indians कि आप हमारे से वो Christianity वाला response expect ना करें where we will turn the other cheek. हम मुसलमान लोग हैं, हम पत्थर ईंट का जवाब पत्थर से देते हैं. So India got to see that.
ये तो मैं ईसाई नहीं हूँ, मैं क्रिश्चियन नहीं हूँ कि उनके उसमें है ना रिलीजन में कि अगर एक थप्पड़ लगा तो दूसरी चीख आप दे दें. नहीं, हम तो मुसलमान हैं, हम तो ईंट का जवाब पत्थर से देते हैं. अब ये हमारी सिफत है, हमारे अंदर दिल और दिमाग में बैठी हुई. अब मैं अगर फौजी हूँ तो मैं तो ऐसे ही जवाब देता हूँ.
But I was just wondering, you know, what kind of an alarmist approach they have and how they're so fond of warmongering. You know, starting from, I think it was Admiral Tripathi who said that any act of terror will be considered an act of war.
Any act of terror will be considered as an act of war.
You know, and the Vice Chief of Indian Air Force, was it A.M. Tiwari, he said, oh, we went on into full war mode. The amount of warmongering was unbelievable in that, you know. And at the end of all of that, they were so scared after launching that episode. You know, after launching the attack, their so-called Operation Sindoor, they were so scared. They were completely sleepless over what kind of a response Pakistan would issue. And there was a comment somewhere in here from their Air Chief Marshal that we knew things aren't over yet.
We knew that things are not yet over.
You know, the amount of fear there is in his comment. You know, they were so afraid that Pakistan is going to turn around and knock the living daylights out of them, which is exactly what Pakistan did with Operation Bunyano Marsoos. Operation Bunyano Marsoos told them what Pakistan was and what Pakistan is capable of. So let's talk about Operation Bunyano Marsoos. But before we do that, I want to talk about the name Bunyano Marsoos itself, because I think we need to teach the Indians what Bunyano Marsoos was all about, given how they were struggling to even pronounce the name itself. I wonder if that was because they could not speak Arabic or whether they were just so scared of it. The title Bunyanu Mursus comes from this verse of the Holy Quran, which is Inna Allaha yuhibbul lazina yuqatiluna fi sabilahi saffan kannahum bunyanum mursus. Surely Allah loves those who fight for him in solid ranks like that of a concrete structure. In Urdu, it translates as बेशक अल्लाह ताला उन लोगों से मोहब्बत करता है जो उसकी राह में सफारा होते हैं ऐसे जैसे एक सीसा पिलाई हुई दीवार. The Indians need to know this. They need to know that they are not up against just any army. They are up against an army which is a concrete structure, strengthened and emboldened by 1400 years of Islamic history. They are the army of the great Islamic commanders like Khalid bin Walid, who actually called out to the Romans and said to them that I have brought for you an army which cherishes death as much as you cherish life. They are an army of Muhammad bin Qasim, who conquered India at the age of 18. At the age of 18, and this was 1,000 years ago. They are the army of Salahuddin Ayyubi, who fought against the Christian army in the Crusades, and when his commanders told him that all the Christians have gathered against him, that he should consider surrender or peace talks, he said, well, I'm glad they've all come here together so that we can get rid of all of them in one go. This is the Pakistan army. This is what Pakistan army believes in. This is what the great commanders of Pakistan army and Islamic armies have been doing all their lives. This is where Operation Bunyanu Mursus and the term Bunyanu Mursus comes from. It's not an army, it's a concrete structure. Coming back to Operation Sindoor and India's warmongering, it's unbelievable the amount of lies that they fabricated in that documentary. You know, they were talking about their response to Pakistan's Operation Bunyanu Mursus, how they sent in their Air Force. Do they not know what happened to their Air Force? Pakistan Air Force just blew them out of the sky. The response, 8-0. Pakistan actually blew 8 of their aircraft out of the skies. And that's not me saying this. It's President Trump saying this. He gave them a drumming over this for almost a year after Operation Bunyanu Mursus. And Prime Minister Modi did not even have the courage to respond in any way or any shape or form. And President Trump kept saying this again and again and again, how Pakistan actually shot their aircrafts out of the sky.
But I heard they're going to war. 8 planes, 7 planes were shot down. An 8th was really badly wounded. But 8 planes were shot down essentially. And I said, this is war. And they were going at it. And they're 2 nuclear nations.
This was an air battle of 125 aircrafts. The French president Emmanuel Macron actually said that this was the largest air battle in the history of modern air warfare. 125 aircrafts, 85 aircrafts from India's side, only 40 from Pakistan's side, and we taught them a lesson. They sent up Sukhois, they sent up MiGs, and they sent up their beloved Rafale, which was clearly blown out of the sky. And Pakistan responded with hot attacks, cold aircraft, PL-15s, AWACS, hot pursuits, all kinds of tactics. Pakistan responded with those and taught the Indians a lesson, and the result, 8-0. And then they go on to say that they hit 12 Pakistani airfields. Come on, guys, let's get real. Let's talk about the facts. Which airstrips did you hit when your aircrafts were being knocked out of the sky? Let's talk about the 25 airstrikes that we did in Jammu, in Srinagar, in Pathankot, in Halwara, in Batinda. What was that all about? We hit your S-400 systems. We hit your missile storage site. We hit your field supply depots. We hit your intelligence facilities. We hit your naval headquarters. Not just that, we actually took it right straight into your IT system, and the cyber attacks that we did paralyzed the websites of things like Hindustan Aeronautics and the BSF and the BJP. What are you talking about? It was a clear victory for Pakistan. Quoting from the Holy Quran, Anna fatana laka fathan mubin. Surely we gave you a clear victory. Or like I would say in Urdu, बेशक हमने तुम्हें एक अजीम फतह अता की. बुनियाद मरसूस एक अजीम फतह थी. And let's recognize it as that. And it wasn't just a military victory. We showed India that we can strike India wherever we want, however we want, at any time of our choice. That is what we did. But you know what? We did something even more important. For 2 days, when the Operation Sindoor started, Pakistan kept telling India that we are a peace-loving nation. We do not want a war. We do not want any human suffering.
कि हम तैयार हैं, आजमाना नहीं. 2019 में भी हमने ये बताया था कि we are ready. We are not the one who are going to initiate any aggression. We are a very responsible state, and we'll always follow the path of reason and constructive engagement. But if they think that aggression is the path forward, our message is only this: we are ready. Don't test it.
But India just did not listen. We exercised maximum restraint for 48 hours, while India thought that it was actually hitting targets in Pakistan, while Pakistan was constantly trying to defuse the situation. But it's obvious that the Indians do not understand the language of diplomacy or peace. In any case, let's get honest, let's get real. These issues are real issues. Let's stop spinning lies and making tall tales over these issues, and try and address the real issues between India and Pakistan. Pakistan, Hamesha Zindabad.